Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda.
Okay, we're reading again Visvanatha Chakravarti Thakur's Sri Krishna Bhavanamrita Mahakavaya. Chapter 5. Sri Radhika goes to Nandeshwar to cook for Krishna. Ooh. Sri Radhika told Kundalata, Saki, by Vrajeshwari's grace, you have quickly come here. Your arrival is as beautiful as the moonrise in the east of nightfall, a full moon. I understand that Queen Yashoda showers me with the nectar of this order. If I had gotten this order to cook for Krishna, my mind would be so sad. If I had not gotten this order to cook for Krishna, my mind would have been so sad that it would have been better for me to leave my body. Boy, we're so lucky to hear how Radha feels. She's revealing her intimate thoughts. This is intimacy. This is where we want intimacy. I'll read that in a minute. Sachi, you really have good suggestions here. You really keep me on track here. Thank you so much for protecting me like this. I'm going to look at that in a minute. Oh, Rasavati, humorous girl or good cook. I see you have come to take me there for cooking. But first, go to my superiors and ask them for permission, and then quickly come back. Drinking the nectar of fair-eyed Radhika's words, Kundalata blissfully smiled and said, Saki, you know it all, so don't delay and come along with me, and take your friends along. Saki, don't worry about your superiors. It won't be the slightest difficulty to get their permission, because Vrajavasi Yashoda controls them with a matchless shower of wealth of barley and cows. And all the people of Oh man, this place must be awesome. Oh, I want to go to Vraj. Everybody who wants to go to Vraj, raise their hand. Who wants to live in Vraj? And all the people of Vraj are unconditionally favorable to Krishna. See, no conditions. They want to serve Krishna. What does Krishna want? They do it. Break this principle, that principle, whatever Krishna wants that's the rule. It's like the wives of the Brahmins. The wives of the Brahmins, their husbands said, according to the Vedas, you can't go to Krishna. You can't go with those cowherd boys who want to take you to Krishna. See, that's the guru, the bona fide guru, the one that the Bhav Bhakta devotee. The one who has an intimate relation with Krishna says, come, let's go to Krishna. And many people, the test is gurus and teachers and everything that still have this little thing of pride and maybe, conditions. Conditional service like this. They tell even their disciples, no, don't go. Don't go and follow that cowherd boy over there or that gopi acting as guru. Don't go to Krishna. See how practical this philosophy is? Everyone can, when one is called to make this choice or decision, what do? Who do you go with? Who do you follow? Those who say don't go to Krishna. See, in Vraj, everybody is going to Krishna. See? And sometimes they come to this world and they call people and say, come to Krishna. Come to the paradise of spontaneous devotional love. Jesus came and said, come to the kingdom of God. The Lord is looking for this kind of worship. The devotees here, they say to all those who are worshiping in awe and reverence and great respect for God, and we're gurus, and they come to the kingdom of spontaneous devotion, where Krishna and God is served without reservation. No conditions. Just make him happy. Okay? And only the spontaneous devotees know how to teach this path, because they're engaged in making Krishna happy. They know what that is. They know what it's like. Therefore, they can teach it. They're experienced, spontaneous devotees. Yes, let's take Sachi Devi to Vrindavan. Yeah, so go dip into that 401k and we'll take a little trip. That's one way. Okay. Yeah. So this is just to give a little sense of what it is, Raj Bhakti. A lot of devotees don't know. There'll be a time when all Vaidhi Bhakti devotees will probably have this chance. The devotee who is engaged in spontaneous devotion will say, okay, come to the kingdom of God, come to spontaneous Krishna, and you'll see all your superiors will say, we will not give you permission. What are you going to do? See? So if one is fortunate, they recognize this test. That's why you pointed out. See, because the Bhagavatam does, and all these pastimes do. 10th canto pastimes point this, where the soul makes the choice, do you want to stay on that platform, or do you want to go and follow the spontaneous devotees? Calling. You know, they're like the pipe. Krishna's playing them, attracting those who are ready to go, or want to go. And all those on that other level, the Vaidhi level, they say, no, don't go. We don't want to go. Therefore, we don't want you to go. Okay? Our hearts are still not understanding this platform. Okay. So, and all the people of Raj are unconditionally favorable to Krishna, the Prince of Raj, who is dearer to them than millions of lives. So there is no fear of them either. You know, there was a boy. He could go to Lord Chaitanya and talk freely at any time, but not everybody could do that. It was a young boy. He would go to Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya is the abode of spontaneous devotion. He's Krishna in Vraj, the Prince of Vraj. And this young boy, he would go and talk freely. And even some of the associates of the Lord, like that were very strict according to rules and regulations, couldn't forbid this boy. And he told them, no, you don't go to Lord Chaitanya. He's a sannyasi. He stays in solitary places. I don't want you to go. You're too young, and you're this, and you're that. The boy didn't. He went right through the test. He said, didn't listen. Went right to Lord Chaitanya. See, and Chaitanya Charitamrita shows his quality. His quality was the Lord was his life and soul, just like this. One goes over all rules and regulations to come to the Lord, if that's what it takes. To serve the Lord, one will come over all rules and regulations. Prabhupada came to the United States overcoming the rule that a sannyasi never should cross the ocean. See, that's a rule of the Vedas. They never cross the ocean. See? Never perform marriages. For Krishna's pleasure and service, he performed marriages. He acted as a manager. You're not supposed to deal with material things. You should renounce wealth on all these things. For sannyasis, don't deal with money and all these things. He dealt with it all for Krishna's service. That's a Vraj Bhakta. And people that are claiming to be worshipping Radha and Krishna and everything, but they didn't understand this mood. Or Bhakti Siddhantas or Bhakti Vinods. See, they don't. It's hard to understand the mood of a devotee who will do whatever needs to be done for Krishna's pleasure. See? Because they have intimate relation with Krishna. Therefore they know, and only they know. No ordinary sannyasi knows, no one else. You might be surprised. 401k can get you to spiritual Vrindavan. That Vrindavan is spiritual Vrindavan there. The devotees see it like that. It's true. So Queen Yashoda is Queen Yashoda is eager to collect the incomparably tasty things to cook for Krishna, not considering personal gain or loss, fame or infamy, her own purpose or that of others. Saki, whatever you cook belittles the nectar from heaven, though this is known throughout Vraj. Who is not astonished by your skill in cooking, O lotus-eyed one, ever since Durvasa Muni bestowed his blessings on you, that whatever you cook will increase Krishna's strength, bliss, and longevity. Not one day has passed that the Vrajesvari did not ask you to cook for her son. Yashoda thinks there is no other reason that her tender boy defeated all those horrible demons than because of eating the food which is prepared by your spotless hands. O moon-faced one, knowing Vrajesvari's heart, I tell you that every day she is afflicted by feelings of separation from you, as she is by you as she is by separation from her son. Sri Radhika replied, Saki Kundalata, what you have said is not improper. But, O wise girl, it is not right for girls reputed for their chastity to go to other people's yards. And your cousin-in-law, Krishna, is a debaucher with housewives at every moment. So I don't want to go to his house. Hearing this, Kundalata told fair-eyed Radha, O nicely thighed one. My cousin is not like you just said. You call him a debaucher because he is so good-looking. But with you, he will be a decent boy. He will be a decent boy. He will consider your clothes to be useless and He will consider, just trust me and come with me. What to speak of Krishna's yard? You know the aparanga, own yard or other's yard, that is proper for a housewife like you. And Krishna shivers, knowing you to be a paranga, someone else's wife, or his own. Hearing this, Sri Radhika replied, Stop joking, O wise one. I am not going there. Stop your waywardness. I have my honor not to leave the path of a chaste housewife's duties and virtues. Understanding Sri Radhika's purpose, Kundalata replied, Saki Radha, you don't have to ask me to protect your virtue as a housewife. That will surely be accomplished. You are helped by the blessings of Durvasa Muni, the best of Munis. So don't delay and go to Vraj, Krishna's abode, Nandishwara. Hearing Radhika and Kundalata's joking discussion, Jatila suddenly appeared and said, O chaste Kundalata, you are always the object of my confidence. O Radha, although it is improper for a chaste girl to put even one step outside of her husband's house, especially to go to the house of that great womanizer, Bakadevasya, still I tell you to go there, because the words of Purnamasi, who knows everything, cannot be ignored. I can also not refuse the reputed humble request of his wife, of the king of Raj. So I am sending you to her home, but don't worry, the Supreme Lord Hari will protect you. O fair-faced one, the Lord of the world, Sri Hari, protects the whole universe. He will not desert chaste girls like you, who stick to their principles. By handing you over to his hands, I became free from anxiety. Hearing old Jatila's words, Sri Radhika fell silent and covered up the ocean of laughter that swelled within her. You got to be kind of a little bit the crazy state to understand some of these things. Why she was laughing. Yeah. Yeah. Right now we'll enjoy it. We won't give too many purports here. Looking at her friends from the corners of her big blue eyes. Oh, blue eyes, wow. So Radhika has blue eyes, wow. Sri Radhika pretended to be unwilling to go while she was in Jatila's presence. But she actually considered fate to be favorable to her, because Jatila was so eager to send her to Nandishwar. Sri Radhika pretended to be unwilling to go while she was in Jatila's presence, but she actually considered fate to be favorable to her. Because Jatila was so eager to send her to Nandishwar, offering her humble obeisances unto fate, she then set off with her friends like Lalita. As she went out the door and walked through town, Sri Radhika made the alleys shine like gold and jewels, with the reflection of her effulgent body, clothes and ornaments, and her nice fragrance pervaded all the directions. Sri Radhika was slightly adverse to the people that coming and going down the road, she lowered her eyes and covered her lotus-like face with her veil. Keeping to one side of the road in this way, she looked very sweet. But when she traveled on a lonely path, Sri Radhika forgot where she went, or where she came out from where she went, or where she came out of ecstasy, and engaged in frivolous talks. The Sakis then said, Radha, We are far from your village now, and we're approaching the abode of the king of Raj. Will the desires of your Chataka bird eyes be fulfilled now? Hearing these words from her friends, Radhika was overwhelmed by ecstatic symptoms like goosebumps and inertia. Seeing this, it obstructed her progress on the road. Kundalata told her, "O fair-faced one, did you become so afflicted because of Krishna Chandra did not cross the path of your eyes? I am aware of your chastity, and your friends can testify to it. O weak girl, still you are unable to keep your heart at ease. You must control yourself for a while. I will engage Giridhari Krishna, who lifted Govardhan Hill, in carrying the heavy mountains of your chest." Lalita said, "O ignorant Kundalata, our very chaste friend fearfully flees from the direction where Giridhari dwells. Alas, why are you forcibly blemishing Sri Radhika, and why are you engaging her like this? Mother Jatila has entrusted this girl to you, and now you want to make her act indecently? Don't you recognize anyone as your equal?" Kundalata said, "Saki, there is no need for any more useless talk. Look at the only one you desire in your heart. Sitting on that new jewel-studded crystal dais, look after milking his cows and wrestling with his friends. Krishna now looks out with an anxious heart for you and your friends to come. Knowing that you will come, Saki, carefully look at your lover." Mine is a little unsteady here. Let's chant a little bit here.